Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, we will begin the commencement ceremony for this year's graduating class. We ask that you please make your way to your seats and prepare for the ceremony to begin.
Please be seated. Good morning, and thank you for helping us to celebrate the accomplishments of the students at Alger B. Wilkins High School. In helping to make this a joyous occasion for everyone, we ask that you demonstrate the utmost respect for the graduates and guests during our commencement exercise.
Please stand. At this time, I will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Alger B. Wilkins High School 2022 Commencement Exercise. We are honored to share with you this sacred event in the lives of our graduates. We ask that you hold your applause until all names have been called. To honor your graduate, we ask that you stand silently and respectfully wave your hand when his or her name is called. At this time, I would like to introduce Principal Valerie Martin, who will introduce our stage guests and deliver the commencement address.
Thank you, Ms. Cruz. It is an honor to introduce to you our distinguished guest. During their introductions, we ask that they stand and remain standing until all guests are recognized. With us from the Cumberland County Board of Education, Dr. Marvin Connolly Jr., Superintendent of Cumberland County Schools, Mr. Greg West, Chair, Ms. Deanna Jones, Vice Chair, Donna Van, Ms. Susan Williams, Dr. Mary Black, Associate Superintendent, Student Support Services, Ms. Betty Musselwhite, Associate Superintendent, School Support Services, Mr. Ron Phipps, Associate Superintendent, Data and Accountability, Mr. Ruben Reyes, Associate Superintendent of Human Resources, Mr. Nicholas Soka, Board Attorney, Dr. Lindsay Whitley, Associate Superintendent, Communications and Community Engagement, Dr. Stacy Wilson-Norman, Chief Academic Officer, Academic Services, Dr. Jane Fields, Assistant Superintendent, K-12 Curriculum and Instruction, and Dr. Tanjay Robertson, Area Superintendent of School Support. Please help us in welcoming all of our guests by way of applause. Good morning, parents, faculty and staff members, distinguished guests, Dr. Connolly and Cabinet, and most importantly, our superstar graduates of the class of 2022. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Valerie Johnson Martin, principal of Alger B. Wilkins High School. I won't take up too much of your time this morning, but I want to tell you that by the end of this graduation, you will be one of 600 students who've graduated from Alger B. Wilkins High School since my tenure here in 2016. This is a great accomplishment to be a part of such an exclusive group of young people. Most of the time, it's not how you start the game, but how you finish that counts the most. Today, I would like to speak to you briefly about what graduation means for you. You may say, Ms. Martin, I already know what graduation means, but do you really? I want you to know that graduation is a very important milestone in your life. According to Google, a milestone is an action or an event marking a significant change or stage in development. As you sit before me today, you've already graduated several times in your life. You graduated from pre-K when you were so tiny, so cute and happy, from elementary school when you were still somewhat tiny, cute, and relatively happy, from middle school, where happy is no longer an adjective, but a person, place, or thing, and now high school, when you should be happiest of all. The one aspect these milestones have in common is you. You are excited about the future, what it would hold, and you wanted to be a part of that. Now here you are, graduation. This is a chance to move forward and discover your dreams. It's your time to find new opportunities and adventures that you never knew existed. It's your time to find out why your parents and your guardians got up to go to work every morning to pay the bills. Students, graduation means that it is now your turn. All the responsibilities that come with adulthood are now yours. It's your time to get up and go to work or school or college. It's your time to buy groceries. It's your time to get your oil changed, your tires rotated, scheduled maintenance for your car and your home. It's your time to ensure that the bills are paid on time, especially if you're living at home or living alone. The end of high school signifies the beginning of adulthood, the beginning of true independence. Some of you are so excited, you're happy, you're nervous, you're anxious, and some of you are even sad. But guess what? You did it. So the next time you think about graduation and what it means to you, remember that you made it. And whether you believe it or not, you are well prepared for what the future will bring. In closing, I like to tell this little story, but have you ever heard the story about how the cleaner 409 got its name? The product was invented in 1957 by Morris D. Rolfe. He and another scientist wanted to create the best grease-cutting, dirt-destroying, bacteria-cleaning cleanser of all time. Do you think that it happened on the first try? The second? What about the 50th try? What about the 400th? It wasn't until batch number 409 that they finally satisfied with their product and 409 was created. I tell you this story to say, never give up. When life gets hard and you feel like quitting, remember, and I want you to say this with me, we are embracing the future because failure is not an option. Class of 22, you survived. Did I say 22 or 2022? Doesn't matter. Class of 2022, you survived the pandemic, you survived Wilkins, and you will do well in this great adventure called life. Thank you, and much success to each and every one of you, and felicidades, and congratulations to the class of 2022. Thank you.
Good morning. At this time, I would like to recognize two Alger B. Wilkins High School students from the class of 2022. The valedictorian is the student with the highest grade point average of his or her class. Valedictorian for our class this year is Anastasia Sellers-Thompson. Anastasia could not be with us this morning. The salutatorian is the student with the second highest grade point average of his or her class. This year's salutatorian is Jalara Washington. Congratulations to both of these students. At this time, I would like to recognize Jalara Washington for the salutatory address.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2022. My name is Jalora Washington, and it is an honor for me to speak as salutatorian of the class of 2022. When I first sat down to write this speech, tons of thoughts were flowing through my mind. Am I going to reminisce about memories of a great importance to me? How about speaking of significant events for the entire school year? What is the message I try to convey? Will I be at loss of words? Because to be honest, I did not think I had it in me to do this, but the motivation I have gotten throughout this school year and the support was beyond appreciated, and I am forever grateful. So the most important goal I strived for was to create a speech that was truly different. Not that bored people to sleep or followed the traditional, your journey ends here because it has just begun. So let me tell you a little bit about mine. I spent these past 3 years of high school under the impression that it was a never-ending adventure because that's exactly how it feels. Like the rest of my fellow classmates, I have just finished high school and I do not feel qualified to offer life advice. However, I do have a few words of encouragement for you all. It has truly been roller coasters of ups and downs. Rushing to get our classes done, making sure we get to class on time, making sure our grades are up to par, or even trying to impress Miss Martin every day with our uniform. We had our good days and our bad days at Alger, but we made it through, and look at us now. Today, May 31st, we are logging out as high school seniors and logging into young adults. So with that being said, congratulations to the class of 2022 for getting through the easiest chapters of our lives. And may this journey that we take lead us on to great accomplishments in life. I wish you all the best and congratulations.
Good morning, class of 2022, faculty and family members. It is an honor for me to receive the Alger B. Wilkins Student of the Year Award. I am so pleased and humble. I never believed that I, Shayana Green, could be the type of student to earn an award of this magnitude. I would first like to thank Principal Martin for awarding me with such a huge honor. I also want to thank my biology teacher, Mrs. Shelton, for helping me through thick and thin. During times of emergencies, she will always be there for me, kind-hearted and understand to keep me on track. Whether it was through WebEx or a phone call, she did whatever it took to help me achieve success. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who helped mold me into the person I am today. I want to dedicate this award to my family. Without my parents, any achievement would be impossible. They provided me with all the necessary resources for chasing my dreams. My mom is my best friend. She encouraged me to keep pushing even when it get hard. She always told me, I don't want anything from you, I want you to graduate. By achieving my goals, I encouraged my mom. Imagining me walk across the stage inspired her to go back to school because she didn't get a chance to finish high school. Mom, thank you for your constant love, guidance, and support. My papa and I have a deep connection. He is the one who inspired me into going into the nursing field. He motivates me and I want to make him proud. My younger siblings keep me focused because they are watching everything I do and they are looking up to me. Growing up as the oldest, it was always challenging because my mom pushed me harder to reach my goals because my siblings look up to me as a role model. Years from now, I will be the big sister at their graduation, smiling and celebrating. My family played a significant role in my skill development. Their support through the many stages of my life made a huge impact on my growth as a person. I am extremely thankful for them. When I began attending Alger B. Wilkins this year, I was a freshman with only 6 to 8 credits. It was a huge challenge, but I was able to complete 14 classes in the first semester alone, and now I stand here with the class of 2022. I pictured coming to Alger B from my home school as being hard, but once I settled in and got the hang of things, I saw that it was actually better for me. Wilkins faculty and staff treat you like they are family. They encourage you to keep pushing, don't allow you to give up, and they provide resources or any help you may need. There has been times I felt I was at my lowest and had thoughts of giving up, but my great school support system always reminded me that failure is not an option. If one can do it, we all can do it. We all went through a lot to get here, but we made it. Within the first year of me being at Alger B. Wilkins, I made AB Honor Roll, Student of the Month, and now Student of the Year of Class of 2022. I was also invited to join the National Society of High School Scholars. My advice to Class of 2022 is for you to remember that failure is not an option, especially in the real world. There are going to be days when it is hard, but don't give up. Strive to reach the finish line. Remember to encourage yourself and others to keep going. You have already achieved one huge accomplishment by graduating high school. This is just the beginning. Remember, it is okay to ask for guidance. As school is coming to an end and we are becoming young adults, we must focus on our next step in life. Stay focused on your goals and never give up. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Martin, our valedictorian who could not be with us today, Ms. Anastasia Sellers-Thompson, our salutatorian, Ms. Jalora Washington, and our Student of the Year, Ms. Cheyenne Green. Students, please join your fellow graduates. It is my pleasure to announce the names of our candidates for graduation. This is a momentous occasion and everyone has worked extremely hard to achieve this honor. So to ensure respect for graduates, families, and guests, we ask that you refrain from talking, cheering, and clapping during the awarding of diplomas. At this time, I would like to ask Mrs. Martin to please step forward and assist with the presentation of diplomas. Ayana Abram. Caitlin Anderson. Brianna Artis. Myasia Barr. Sequoia Bellamy. Nakia Bethay. Gerald Blue. Janisha Bourne. Christopher Branch. Alan Bratcher. Tarias Burrow. Jordan Cameron. Brakia Campbell. Roderick Campbell. Destiny Capers. Terrence Carter. Natika Chandler. Andrea Clark. Jacqueline Correas. Kiaja Covington. Xavion Crockett. Noah Crow. Gilly Cruz. William Cunningham Brown. Monaja Disney. Shania Duff. Charlene Elisant. Kamaya Elliott. Jayla Flakes. Shakiva Frank. Deschanel Jeffroy. Paul Gill. Jamari Green. Cheyenne Green. Natalia Gutierrez. Jeremy Hernandez. Heavenly Hope. Kareem Howard. Nyla Hunter. Blake Jerez. Brooke Jerez. Victoria Jefferson. Nigel Jessup. Devin Johnson. Kiata Johnson. David Jordan Pringler. Andrew Keating. Brandon Lewis. Denia Locke. Emilio Marin. Amaya Matthews. Justice McBroom. Keon McCall. David McCaskey. Robert McClanahan. Coretta McClure. Destiny McCoy. Kiara McMillan. Matthew Melendez. Adriana Miragliata. Kanaya Motley. Nikayla Muhammad. Byron O'Neill. Jennifer Oscal Flores. Caleb Oyama. Gabrielle Parker. Jaden Pegues. Olivia Pelkowski. Nasiria Purvis. Jaya Radford. Damian Redmond. Michael Rivera Powell. Tyrese Robinson. Christian Rosa. Andrea Rosales Canales. Nyla Rosario. Tyrone Rudisil. Haley Rupert. Stefan Sawyer. Anastasia Sellers Thompson, Jacob Sports, Wylisha Timms, Ayana Thompson, Jazier Thorne, Ajane Wachter, Jalora Washington, Roderick White, Cameron Williams, Jessany Williams, Milton Williams, Zykia Ziegler, thank you.
Families, thank you. All right, we got to finish. Give me a few more minutes. Few more minutes. Families and graduates, thank you so very much for your cooperation during our commencement exercise. We ask that you please hold your applause and remain stationary until the turning of the tassel and after the exit of our stage guests and graduates. Students, please stand. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Department of Public Instruction, I declare you graduates of the class of 2022 from Alger B. Wilkins High School. Please turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, graduates.